Hi, welcome to my reading room tour. I thought I'd do a tour of my reading room and just go through a few things that I have in my space. And I'll just pan around so you can see my room. This room is so special to me. It's where I do all of my work, and it's just a lovely, calming, relaxing space to come and meditate and connect to the spirit world. So we'll start, I think, over this corner. We'll start over here. So here I've got a lovely fountain, and this fountain I bought locally to me. I think it was a garden centre purchase, and it's got lovely angels on it. It does actually light up, and it's a rechargeable fountain. It can be plugged in, or I can have the plug out, and that just sits in the corner. But my cats have decided they love drinking out of it. So I have to top it up for them, and it's now their watering hole. So it serves two purposes at the minute. So I can't get them to have a drink anywhere else at the minute. That's it. They've decided they're drinking from this, and I just have to make sure it's topped up. They obviously like the fact that the water sits there for a little while. It's quite a deep pan on it. And I know for a fact cats don't really like chlorine, things like that are in the water, fluoride, chlorine, that sort of thing. So yes, they love that. I love it too. So it just sits in the corner, and I wanted to fill something in the corner as well. It's quite a large area to fill. So that's my fountain. So this chap down here, he's part of my Indian tribe. Sorry, not Indian, Native American tribe. So he sits there, and I acquired 4 of them. I'll go through them in a minute, and he likes that spot, so we leave him there. So I've got a lovely picture of a Buddha. I'll take a step back on the wall there. It's actually got some gold on it, and I saw that and I thought, oh, that's lovely. I like the blush pink colours on that and the bits of gold. I'm partial to a bit of gold. And then I've got these lovely wall hangings, and they're actually, they've got candles. I should switch them on really. They've actually got candles that light up, battery powered ones. So I'll put that one on so you can see. So I like those. I've got 2 of those, one either side, one over there. They just sit nicely on the wall there. And then as we go to the top here, this shelving unit, this is my angel altar. So I've got everything angelic on here. I've got the lovely rose quartz crystal, which is pure love energy. And I think I bought this myself, this angel. I see it online, and I just had to have it because she's holding a heart. I've got a lovely little crystal here, which actually just reflects the light, and the colours go around the room, which is nice. I've got a rose quartz goddess, which actually is a gift. My son bought that for me. And then I've just got some healing wands here. I've just got a clear quartz one and a selenite wand, which is good for clearing your auras. And I've got a lovely little angel that was gifted to me. A lot of things in this room have been gifted to me. That was gifted to me. And also that one, and they're clear quartz. And actually the wings were gifted to me. That was a Christmas present from my son. So it's actually a tea light holder, but I sort of set it up there. I quite like it there. And I've got some tea light holders there. And as we go along here, this angel here, this was gifted to me this year, which is lovely. She actually sort of accompanies the other angel up the top there, and so she had to go there. I've got my lovely rituals candle, which is gorgeous, burning in here, and it just lets off a lovely scent. And another rose quartz candle, a candle crystal there. So I've got fairy lights as well. I do love fairy lights. Who doesn't really? And they just look so lovely any time of the year. I always have the fairy lights in the room. I just like fairy lights. So if we go down to here, I have got a reed diffuser and a Buddha. and that was gifted to me by my son. Not the Buddha, just this here with the tea lights, and that just sits there. I've got a lovely set of angel wings, which is a tea light, and that was gifted to me as well. Let's say a lot of this room is kind of made up from gifts. Another Buddha that was gifted to me, and I've also got my sage there, which I do use. It's not something I use all the time actually, but when I get the nod from my guide, I just feel like I need to sage the house or sage my room, then I just do it, but it's not something I use all the time. Another Buddha, I think I purchased this one, and she's wearing some crystals that I've just put on there, a chakra bracelet. There's my little bottles that I've used on my videos. They're my message in a bottle bottles from Spirit. And as we go down, I've got a crystal there, which is really pretty, and a gate crystal, and a Buddha head. Some tea lights that were gifted from a friend, and another agate crystal. And just some more crystals, some angelic crystals that I've gathered together, different ones, pyrite, dragons, I think that's a dragon's crystal, different ones that I like. I'm not a real crystal expert, but I do like crystals and I like having them in my space. And then I've got a lovely big piece of rose quartz, which is adorable. They just give off a nice energy. I've also got my singing bowl there and some chimes, and they're good for clearing energy and clearing space as well. So as we go down, I've got a little bowl of crystals, just a collection of crystals that I've picked up here and there. I'll just go for the ones that I'm drawn to. I've got another Buddha, and this little dish here is actually a wax melt tea light holder, and I've had that years. I think that was something I had from a teenager, and it sort of stayed with me, and it's in my room now. And then we seem to have a lot of Buddhas in this room. A lot of them are gifts. This one I think is a gift, and we just got some bracelets, some crystal bracelets, and a couple of pendulums in there. And as we go down here, I've got some cards. I love cards. I like collecting them. I think the whole shelf is full of cards. But actually, I don't use cards in my readings, but I just love cards. And I like playing with them and pulling a few cards here and there. And yeah, so I think I've started a bit of a habit there. We've got some shells down here, which are from holidays. Another Buddha. And a lovely precious photo of some very, very close friends and a dear friend that's passed. And my little owl that sits down there, he's a tea light holder as well. So, okay, so we go over to this side, and we've got the other candle on the wall and some flowers in a vase. This is another Buddha, another gift. And then actually that was a purchase I purchased myself. I wanted something that lit up in the room, and this one just goes through all the different colours, the LED light, and then I can select it onto staying on one colour if I want to. But the tea light is in, it doesn't get very hot as well. The tea wax melt is in the top, and it just sits there nicely. I've got some books here. I've been reading Rita Rogers', well-known medium. I've been reading her books, taking some inspiration from her, and yeah, she's a lovely lady, and she's done some phenomenal work over the years and in the past, and yeah, I've been enjoying reading up on her. Some more cards I've got here in bags, and some charms. Now this is my phone. The story with this phone is I was given an image from the spirit world when I was just sitting in here meditating one day, and very, very strong image, so clear I could have been looking at a photo, and I thought, oh, that's weird, that was me holding the phone. And then I was just doing other things, come back in my room later that day, and I was just sitting in my chair, and they showed it to me again. I was like, oh, okay, there's a meaning to this. They want me to recreate this. So I realised what they were trying to do, and found myself looking on the marketplace on Facebook, and this phone had just been listed and was literally 10 minutes down the road. So I think they knew, and they were lining it all up for me, and literally the phone was just a stone's throw away. So yeah, that's the story with the phone. So, and now it just sits there because it's part of my space, and it's part of that positivity and that energy in my space as everything else is. I've got some mediumship books down there and some other little bits and bobs. My little, I forget what these are called, gnomes. I know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. And he's got a little cat. He's years old, so he just sits there. Yeah, so that is my shelves. So take a step back, and it's just lovely when you walk in the room with all the lights. It's just a lovely space. Okay, and we've got 2 comfortable chairs with some cushions. I think they're an IKEA purchase, those ones. And actually this was gifted to me this year, which is lovely, which is a nice crushed velvet colour. And she saw this, my friend, and said, I know who needs that, and she bought it for me, which is really lovely, and it just sits nicely on the chair. So we go around here. I've got more lights, and actually my lovely voile curtains have got feathers on them, which I see them and I knew I had to have them for this room. I've actually just got some blinds behind just to keep it private in here, and stop the sometimes if the sun's glaring in, it just sort of helps. As we go round, let's just go over to here. I've got a lovely chime here, which is quite loud actually. It really echoes. So that sits there, and at this end I've got another chime, which is a lovely gift. And this one sits here. This was a birthday gift this year. And then also I've forgotten to mention my little eyes, my little evil protection eyes, which are a purchase from, I think I got those in Turkey. And I like that one because it's got a heart on it. So as we go around to here, now we start off up the top here, and we've got my Native American statue. I actually gave him a makeover. He was wearing not very nice colours, and I gave him a repaint on his clothes. I don't know if he likes it, but it's tough because I thought, I just want to change that. Then we've got the love, which is lovely because this room is pure love. And then I've got my dresser, which actually is very sentimental, and my mum had this, and it used to be pine, and I gave it a makeover, and I added some lovely feathers. They got glitter on them and some butterflies. We just got some lavender hanging. As we go down here, I've got a salt lamp and 2 little cherub angels and some healing hands. They were given to me by a dear friend who's now in spirit. And just some clearing sprays. Also some lovely feathers. Now I get left a lot of feathers on my path, and every one I keep. I can find them in the most strangest places. I've got quite a few on here. And I just keep them all. And also I've got some large ones I've been left actually out that I've been lucky to find. So they sit in there. I've got another aromatherapy diffuser. Also another gift from a friend. Everybody knows that I'm highly spiritual, and I tend to get a lot of spiritual gifts, so it's lovely, and everyone is bought and given with love, and it comes straight into my room. So we go down here, that's the bottom half of the dresser, and then we go to this chap, and he was purchased this year, and I was just feeling I needed something to represent my guide. He doesn't represent my guide actually to what he looks like, but he's a member of the tribe, and I thought he was lovely, so I knew I had to have him. I actually bought 2, and then I went back and got the other 2. They were actually for sale on Gumtree. Now this one, he's my guide. When I see my guide, that's what he looks like, and I knew he had to take pride and place there. And I've got this lovely And he did actually ride on a horse as well, my guide, and that's representing him. And I bought that off of a friend, and that's really lovely. So at the bottom here we've got my shells, which I just collect from beaches abroad and over here. So they just sit there and they're nice energy in the room. So I like my shells. And we've got 2 salt lamp tea lights. They were a present gift from my son. I just put them on there really with some crystals. So yeah, that just looks nice there. And then down here we've got another Native American. I think he's holding an axe and a gun. But yeah, that's what they used to do. So it's true to them. So he's lovely there. So I do actually have 4 of them. The story with this is I actually bought him. He found me again. I was looking and they were just there. And I was like, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I went and purchased 2. I think I purchased him and him first. And I said to the guy that was selling them, you know I'm going to be back probably to get the other 2. And then the next day, the other 2 were calling me. So I messaged him and he said, yep, come and get them. I had a feeling you was going to come and get them. You're meant to have them. And they've actually come from a spiritual home. And that's where I acquired the Rita Rogers books as well. So things have found me on my journey. So as we go up here, I've got my beautiful horse who's in spirit, who was my 4-legged friend soulmate. That's all I could say about him really, because he really was. He was a human. He was just everything. He knew me, I knew him. We was meant to find one another. I was blessed to have him for 5 years in my life, and I did actually lose him to cancer of the esophagus. But he was amazing, and it was a very devastating time in my life when I lost him. But yeah, he's always with me, so... And he had to take pride and place in my room. So I got a lovely chime here, which was bought as a gift as well. So that's most of my room. Let's go round to my table, which is equally as important. Okay, so we've got my crystal ball. I wasn't planning on getting quite a large one, but this one popped up on the internet and it's lovely. I like things that are round. That's why I have the round table. It creates a nice energy. And I love my crystal ball. I don't use it for readings. I just like the energy of it and I do look into it. And it does help, you know, accelerate your clairvoyance, and you play around with it and see what you can see. And it's lovely. So... And here I've got my little lotus, I think that's a lotus flower tea light, which is nice, it spins round. This is also a gift from my son. It's a fire quartz crystal, which is really lovely. You look close, it's got some lovely textures going through it. So it's really nice. I've just got other crystals around here. And these little feathers which I picked up. I think, you know, with your sacred spaces, you just find things along the way. Things find you. I didn't set out to do any theme or anything like that. When I first set this room up, I didn't really have a lot. And then all of a sudden I feel like, oh, have I got too much now in here? But people buy you things and things find you. So... yeah, I'm really happy with it. As I say, it's got a lovely energy in here and we enjoy working in here, so I feel very blessed. So that's my room. I do all my online readings in here and one-to-one readings in person. So, and it's a lovely space for people to come and see you in. It's relaxing, it's calming, it's peaceful, and there's a lovely love energy in here. So that is what is important. So this table is actually been made for me. It was a square table, and then we put a top on it. But there's no cats. My cats actually get under there. My husband made the table for me, and I said to him when we put the tablecloth on, I bet the cats are gonna think it's their little tent, and they do. And I actually was in here with a client once, and the cat just decided to move under the table and nearly frightened the living daylights out of my client. So they were luckily they saw the funny side of it, but oh, I think it scared me at the time as well. So we have to check there's no one underneath there. But yeah, that's my room. I hope you've enjoyed. I don't think I've got anything else in this room that I've missed. And that's it. So until next time, take care. And I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you. Bye.